She gets to wait while standing. Why don't I get to wait while standing? I think I need to bring out the big guns for this game. Remember, you can pick up to 3 things, Jesse Ward. So, I don't want to spoil Ross, but Remember Me was almost what I would refer to as a 10 out of 10 episode, with one really big exception. There's a moment, about at the 2/3 point, where the second rift opens up, I believe is what it is specifically. And then, without spoiling, the episode cuts away and gives away the mystery. And then has several dry scenes of padding where they explain the entire plot and premise to the viewer as if they're 3. Now, that's already irritating. But the really weird part is then they go right back to Crusher, and the episode then commences as though they haven't given it away yet. So, when I was watching that during the lore run with the person I was watching it with the lore run with, I jumped over the scenes and just, effectively spliced them out. And the episode is so much better for that change. It's weird how much better the episode is for that change. Thank you, Jesse Ward, as always. I have put that at the very least to Voyager.
Oh, I was hoping we might run into one.
I was right there, dude.
Your timing is most fortuitous. I'm on the verge of something, but I don't quite have all the information I need.
Ping to you, Flaghand. You never have all the information you need.
We're in uncharted territory here. It's inevitable. Of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day. And yet I never would have imagined it before. The tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps it was some sort of defect, but it's much simpler. They're listening.
Okay, you realize it's just a tree, right?
It means it is ready to reproduce. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive distances and expecting to detect sympathetic vibrations in return. As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change, that a response is impossible, and that's very, very bad news.
Define bad news.
We're continuing to see an increase in the strength and frequency of the vibrations. I don't know how much more significant it'll become. If there's no response, the tree may vibrate itself and some nearby portion of the city to destruction. Now, as of yet, there has been no response, and clearly none of the nearby individuals are a correct match. While it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down during the city's expansion, there is one other possibility. Over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch, one of the trees from New Atlantis, was offered to the leaders of Aquila City.
You have got to be kidding me.
Nice. Short-sighted and ill-advised, in my opinion. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years.
So that's a dead end.
Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches were kept. At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples and then, using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch.
Problem number 1. That doesn't help with the actual vehicle of reproduction because it has no other tree to germinate. So this is going already a problem because once this tree dies out, there's going to be no other trees. Now, maybe you're going to look for the solution for that later, sure, but I notice you don't even mention that. This leads me immediately to problem number 2, by the way. How does a tree generate this much energy? Like, even the vibrations that have been stated is something that I can at least believe, but he's doing that thing, which I love when fiction does this, where they make an assumption then automatically assume that assumption is the truth, and then move forward as if the truth is now established. I know that sounds weird, but actually Hollywood does this all the time. It's actually really, really common. There's something weird going on outside the bubble. It's almost as if the bubble secretly needs to pop. Oh my God, you're right. And then they will just move forward as if the popping is now the goal, and all of their intention is trying to pop the bubble. When in fact, if you rewind back to the initial assumption, it really is just someone throwing out an idea randomly, which this guy's actually done twice, if you're paying attention. I'll be back.
I knew you would understand.
You're an idiot.
The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kassler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to listen to reason and assist our cause. All right, off you go. We don't have any time to waste.
Oh yeah, there's also problem number 3. He's acting like this is some big doomy thing, and I get that you don't want to cut down the tree, but you realize cutting down the tree should be a viable option if your presumption is actually fact, right? No offense or nothing, but this chunk of city versus tree is not exactly a difficult choice. TSB. That's the most ominous donation I've ever gotten. Yeah, imagine. Really imagine. Alright, Germany? Germany? Hey, this is France. We need one of those branches back from that olive branch we gave you back when we signed ceasefire after World War II. Uh-huh. No, it's extremely important. I would not ask this under any other circumstances. Yes, we need it because there's a tree in Paris which is going to vibrate so hard it's going to destroy... No, it's not a joke. No, for real. The tree is going to destroy Paris. No, we didn't think your tree was going to destroy Berlin when we sent it to you. Thank you, TSB. Always appreciate you. Always. Much obliged. And I will put that down for In Other Waters, Road Warden, and goodbye, Volcano High. I was going to say Cologne, and then I couldn't remember where Cologne was, and I gave up almost immediately on that particular one. So yeah, so anyways, there's the edge of the city. There's the tree. At least it lets us go into the boundaries out here. Yeah, there's like just random generated terrain out there. Oh, these trees made for life. Oh my god, the weird, creepy ground thing looks even worse out here. At least here I can kind of forgive it. This is literally out of bounds at this point. Nobody's supposed to go out here, but like... Just, oh, look at it. Just look at it. I mean, you get my point, though. Like, this is clearly where the invisible wall would be if they were using invisible walls. Crash! Sorry. What? I was joking! The fern isn't that bad. I've seen worse. But, like, I don't know, it's just... I'm gonna move on. I've spent enough time. I spent like 20 minutes earlier today going extremely in-depth into how badly designed this city is. I think I can move on. Oh yeah, sure, let's hop into the water. This is great. Let's go for a swim! This is me holding forwards. Come on! Ah! Okay, fine, whatever. Yep, it's hard water. I agree with you, Kirwai Noise. Individual quests can get positives. That also means individual quests can get negatives. Sarah? Sarah! Oh, she's dead. Alright, so. What the hell is that? Do you see that? Do you see that? What? Okay. That's nice. Here we go. Yeah, no, that's the vibrations from the tree. This makes perfect sense. So do. Okay, so we have to go to Olympus then? Go to... Oh my god, I hate this interface so much. Go to Olymp... Do it! Ah! Okay, hang on. No. Oh my god, game. There we go.
We'll get underway.
And we're here at Olympus. Wow, that was difficult. That's just... We have a home here. Huh. So, there's a fracking station. Why do we live on a planet... Okay. So, we talked about visual continuity earlier. Remember that? Well... Another thing about visual continuity, it's not just a gameplay thing, it's a narrative thing. So imagine, if you will, I'm in a city and I just want to warp to my new destination. So all of a sudden I'm in a ship in orbit of another planet. There's relatively low load screen, that's cool, but there's no transition of any kind. It's just, you're there. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a hard one to discuss because I believe with total sincerity that if there was a load animation here, it would probably irritate me. And so on the one... God, why do I live on a planet so close to its sun? On the one hand, they really do. That looks brilliant. On the one hand, I could believe being irritated if there was some kind of loading transition or animation playing for coming here. But in its absence, it feels wrong. It feels disconnected. And I've been trying to put my finger on it because I was thinking about it during the lunch break. And I do actually have a specific idea for why it's bothering me. How many of you have ever played... I don't actually have a phrase for it. A game thrown together by one person. Like, I don't have a phrase for this. Like, I don't think we've streamed any on camera. But, you know, you probably know what I'm talking about. You probably do understand almost immediately the direction I'm going with it. Not like Stardew Valley, because Stardew Valley is polished. What I'm specifically referring to is something that has so little presentation that it's kind of just a little bit jarring. It's almost uncanny valley a little bit. The kind of game where, like, you have a run animation, but it's not connected to your movement at all. The kind of game where you have a shadow, but it's not connected to your body at all. The kind of game where there is something like a physics engine, but it's really fundamentally basic stuff, right? Like, it's so... like a Unity asset reswap. Yeah, it's your first game, single developer, learning how to make a game coming. I've played quite a few like this. I don't think I've streamed very many, but I've only streamed a few. But I played quite a few like this. And that's a lot of what this game feels like at several points. Earlier, if you remember, there was a point at which I jumped over the ledge and down a waterfall, a very, very badly animated waterfall, swum across the thing, and effectively got soft-locked. I effectively got stuck there, so I had to fast travel my way out. And that was the first time, or actually more like the fifth time, that was the first time I started thinking, this feels weird. And you remember how I talked about how there's core ideas, and then there's presentation of ideas? I don't mind several of the core ideas of this game, really. But the presentation of them is so devoid. There's such an absence of presentation that it keeps throwing me. It's jarring, for lack of a better word to put it. The fact that I can just go from being on the edge of New Atlanta City to being in another system, quite literally like that, from my quest menu, should be a quality of life feature I like. Instead, it just feels off. You know? Like, even here, this is actually interesting. I have to actually put power into the grav drive in order to make the grav jump I just selected happen. Okay, cool. Bit of a load screen, and that's it. I'm fine. But do you get my point?
Grav jump complete.
Approaching ship, you've entered Freestar Collective Space. Maintain your current course while we scan for
Are the
contraband.
greatest. No. Better than the greatest.
That's all we need.
I know that's
Cleared for landing at
dramatically
Aquila
impossible,
City.
but somehow you managed to do it.
Don't mistake me. I am a huge proponent of fast travel. I have been since, well, arguably since Morrowind. But no, since Link to the Past. It's probably the first game I played that actually had really solid fast travel. But it just feels off. I don't know. I'm very weirded out by this whole thing. So hang on. Aquila. Or this is Aquila, I guess. Ah, okay. Gravity 1.51G. Oh, I can scan. Well, I mean, I'm gonna give the game positives for fast travel being what it is, because duh, essentially. I say 1.5G. Think about whatever your weight is in real life. You don't have to tell me. No. Don't have to give that away. Now think about multiplying your weight by 1.5. And that's what you weigh now on this planet. And really picture what it'd be like just suddenly... And yeah, that would change engineering constants. That would change structural requirements. That's not a small addition. Yeah, think about falling down from 3 feet. Ooh! Yeah, if you're born here, you'd be fine. Then, reverse, think about it everywhere else. Like, ugh. My day is going interestingly, Seth.
Gear looks green. Ready to land.
That's even weirder, because we just had a ship landing animation. God, this game is so schizophrenic. It is so bipolar. I can't even just bash the game. This is actually really frustrating to me as a review. But yeah, by the way, that was unskippable right there. It's really frustrating as a reviewer because it's more enjoyable, if that sounds off, to just straight up have a terrible game, like Secret of the Stars, or have a straight up good game. Even a good game with some flaws, or a bad game with some good points, sure. This is neither of those things.
Hold it. By order of Marshal Daniel Blake, I need to inform you we've got some trouble at Gal Bank. Folks might be in danger, so you may want to steer clear.
If people are in danger, I want to help.
I guess that'd be the Marshal's call. Frankly, it ain't going well. Looks to be a stalemate. Maybe a little outside help would do some good.
Okay, so we've got the Old West in space.
Sam has told me so many stories about Aquila City. I feel as though I've lived here all my life.
You find someone we can trust, and maybe we will.
Yeah, this is the capital of the Freestar Collective. Do you notice the ground, which isn't paved? In fact, actually, hang on a second. Let's go ahead and save really quick. Save. I just want to make a point super quick. So there's the city. This is the capital of an interstellar power. And there's everything immediately outside of it. Now, hang on. Hang on. Despite the ridiculousness of that, can I just say really quick, this already looks more like a city than New Atlantis did. For all of the reasons we discussed entirely too much at length last time. Like, I could buy this being a city. I could, yeah, the density is bigger, the layout and positioning of the towns, the people is better, and the buildings, and there's an actual layout to the thing. I could feel the vibe of the place. It even has landmark design when it has that big building right in the middle, and of course, you can see the landing pads over here too. But the problem is, this feels like the border of Freestar. Yeah, actually, yeah, it looks like a Fallout City. That's a good position. It feels like the outpost, right? And if this was the outpost, I'd be like, sweet, this is cool. I'm probably going to go ahead and say, sweet, this is cool, because it's a cool looking outpost. But, well, you know. Oh, shoot, I should have.
Next time, use your jetpack.
Did she say that to my corpse? I think she said that to my corpse. Yeah, that's when that 1.5 kicks in. Yeah, no. Plus to, you know, the place actually looking legit. What's the name of this stupid town? Let's just check the map. Oh yeah, this is called Aquila City. I mean, this sure looks like, you know, when I think, I'm sorry, I've just run dry of sarcasm. My sarcasm meter has gone empty. I'm sorry. I really want you to understand this. I really want you to understand this. This is very important to me. If we go outside of town by about 5 feet, there's, like, frickin' Utah. This is crucial, okay? Look at this. There's no housing buildings in the distance. There's no, like, sprawling suburbs past the borderline where the game is allowing us to go. There is nothing but empty, procedurally generated terrain in all directions. Yeah, no sprawling. Those are farms. There's your farms right there. Those 3 things. It's okay. The spaceport is protected. They have a wooden palisade. I don't feel like dying again, so. Oh, it's Spacewood. Okay. We're cool. Listen, those gosh darn Mongolians. I can't even. Yeah, these guys fought a war against another planet in another system. Thank you very much, Renegade TV. That's actually a really... Where did the lumber come from? Hold on. Renegade TV, remember you can put it towards up to 3 things, not just 1, if you would like to. But I will put it towards Star Ocean 2R. Hang on. I do, actually, Cashel. And what's really strange...
Sir, there's a bank robbery going on, right now. And what are we doing?
Look, you're young, eager. They got a ranger up there, and rangers don't want local law enforcement getting underfoot.
It's embarrassing.
What's embarrassing is the number of times us locals have messed things up. There's a reason the Rangers work alone. It'll work out. We'll see.
Okay, so this is even weirder. The overwhelming majority of the rest of the city is sandstone, which makes perfect sense, given that, well, there's the resources right there. But I want you to really think about how much lumber is represented by that wooden palisade. No, actually think about that for a second. Just take a moment, process the idea of harvesting enough logs. We've even got wooden gates, for God's sakes. Look at this. This is all wooden, too. Yeah, these... By the way, I don't think I clearly got this across. This is how tall these walls are. Here, let's pull out so you can really see. Think about this for a second. This is a fortune. This is an absolute fortune in order to make all of this out of lumber. And yet, this is the place, like, they've even reinforced the damn thing. Okay, so I was about to give them credit for saying maybe it's cosmetic. Maybe this is a show of finances and resource. Maybe this is wealth. Oh, yeah, we're so well off. We've got a wooden wall. No, they're reinforcing the damn thing. Also, just a few seconds ago, they mentioned that the wall is keeping out such and such. May or may not mean this wall. Although I do notice they actually do have towers along this wall, which look a lot more defensive and a lot less flight control-y. So, This is a fortification wall. Made of wood. In the desert with no wood. And what really irritates me about all of this, if I could just, I'm sorry. What really irritates me about all of this is this could all have been smoothed over with some thought. If someone actually put thought into this and decided to think about what they were doing and where and how, I would have been like, oh, okay. Like, for example, they've got this big, fancy wooden wall going around it. Why? Maybe have a little thing in the side where they talk about how they imported all these trees at great expense as a show, right? As a show of just how much wealth and power they have over the trade lines. How much they can tap any resource from any other planet like that. Boom. Just to prove it. And then we get into the proper city where it's a lot more, you know, Cowboy Westy. And it's like, okay, Cowboy Westy. Why is this place Cowboy Westy? Well, it turns out this isn't actually the city. This is the trade port. This is a tourist trap, to be slightly more accurate. It's deliberately designed in such a manner, and yeah, it has functional economy and all that, but no, this is like the outlying village next to the actual city. This is what the tourists see, right? And this is kind of their shtick. Nice maintenance thing, get some money coming in, you know, of course, Sar. You never did the other day. Don't think I forgot. Like, there's ways they could have made this work and decided to keep the aesthetics they were going for. Instead, they didn't. They didn't. Epic Battle Fantasy V, Henry Stickmin, The Messenger, and Mr. Red's Wild Ride. Thank you, Mr. Red. Always. Yes, Space Western is a proven aesthetic, which is well popular, and for good reason. But again, do something to earn that.
Remember, stay clear of Gallbank unless you're helping.
Blah, blah, blah. In fact, actually, the easiest and simplest way... no, I didn't think he's ice reminding me. Info in-game. The easiest, simplest way to fix this, really, this is a one-step fix. Here, you ready for this? It's not the interstellar power, it's something completely unrelated. It's like an independent town. Fixed. Done. We're good. No other explanation required. There are still some holes you could poke in that. But I bet most people would just look at this and be like, oh yeah, it's a frontier town. Done. And you don't really have to think about that because the suspension of disbelief has been maintained. In fact, someone mentioned something earlier too. Another nice bit of visual storytelling they could have done. So we can see those farms over there, right? Hang on. I'm gonna keep going into the air, don't mind me. So we can see the farms over there, right? What if over there was a giant-ass quarry? Just big, giant, gapping hole in the landscape where they had been excavating for, you know, concrete and rocks and all that other stuff in order to keep this thing present. There you go. Boom. Nice little bit of visual storytelling. Plus to story. Cool. Instead, like, where did any of the resources for this town come from? Seriously. Like, really think about that for a second. There's nothing in all directions. How did you harvest for this place? Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, no problem. They just bring it in through the port. Okay, cool. That's stupid. Look, I'm sorry. There's a really, really, really simple rule when it comes to engineering. The further it has to go, the worse it tends to be. And when you're building an entire city by importing 100% of your materials in a place that has 3 landing pads, not very big landing pads, by the way. In fact, these places do not actually look like they could support any kind of real transport craft. Just some dinky little Millennium Falcon things like us. This would be extremely expensive. So where is the resources to build this city coming from? All right, so hang on. What was your suggestion, Czar? Hang on. Oh, the unskippable cutscenes. Yeah, I'll jot that down. We'll see how bad it gets. Ah, hey, Kamek. And, you know, once again, this would be a really, really easy thing to fix. So, you know that giant quarry that's over there? Put a giant-ass landing strip thing over there, right? Just visible in the background, low res, doesn't activate. Don't let the player actually go over there. Just put this big freaking honkin' transport area over there. Boom, done, we're cool. No problems. Yeah, let's go help our depressed tree, shall we? Okay, or yeah, or have like a, I don't know, space elevator. There's methods, there's possibilities, there's options. There's an alien tick display. What is an alien tick display? Sorry, I'm getting off topic. I don't want to deal with you. I want you. Track. There we go. There we go. Yeah, a space elevator is actually kind of bonkers tech by most settings, including this one.
So you want to come here for a half day? Full day?
A half day. I talked with Miss Kassler and she'll give a full guided tour.
I mean, no offense, but isn't it a bit small? And there's not as many attractions as I'd like.
Miss Kassler built this whole thing off donations and what she could throw together. It's not like Aquila's swimming in museums here.
Fine. But I want your class to write an essay about what they learned.
I was planning on that, ma'am.
I wish we had more cultural institutions in Akita City.
No comment. I did, Czar, and I'm afraid I must put you to death immediately. What the hell was that? Where was this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be in there? Because, anyways, thank you for the consideration, Czar, and thank you for the suggestion.
Well, I have artifacts that date all the way back to the time of Solomon Coe himself.
Wow. Whoops, I apologize. Didn't mean to hit the mic there. What bank robbery, Colron?
Most people know Solomon Coe as the founder of Aquila City and the father of the Freestar Collective. He was an astrophysicist who lived on Earth in a place called Wyoming. Solomon was born around the time people first started living in space. Later in life, he designed starships, and when Earth was in peril, those ships helped to save humanity by taking them to new homes in the stars.
Sounds like he was a big deal.
Absolutely. During the Great Exodus, Solomon came to this world. He named our star Cheyenne, which was also a place on Earth, and gave Aquila its name too. He and some others built the settlement that would go on to become Aquila City, and his descendants still live here today.
Tell me about its history.
Aquila City was founded over 150 years ago by Solomon Coe, a scientist and explorer from Earth. Along with other settlers, Coe built the structures you see in the part of the city we call the core. Those proud buildings still stand today. The planet was dangerous, so they built a wall around their settlement. Eventually, they ran out of space and started building outside the wall.
What happened after that?
There were so many buildings that they had to build another, larger wall, forming a second outer ring around the growing city. Of course, the city didn't stop growing, and before long, the third wall, the outer wall you see today, was constructed. Today, Aquila City is the proud capital of the Freestar Collective, and the Council of Governors continues to meet here when they need to.
Okay, hold up. Let me sorry. Wrote down Aquila, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. And I can keep an eye out for things in your museum.
There are some things I would kill to have.
You got it!
Wait, not literally.
Oh.
But I would pay a lot for. You see, the Cove family lost a treasure trove of old historic documents ages ago. And those documents would be priceless to have here.
Okay.
Their absence pains me. Jacob Coe and I have talked at length, and his great-grandfather was a troubled man. He sold off various historic documents to cover debts. They could be anywhere. If you find any of that trove of documents, I will pay dearly for it.
Okay.
Thank you. Think of the future generations that could benefit from seeing such important history.
So, you got a tree branch?
That is not something I expected to hear today. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late.
Yeah, I'm helping Mast.
Most in the collective aren't overly fond of MAST, or the UC in general. I tend to share that sentiment. Lost a cousin in the colony war, you know. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized, nor particularly inclined, to release any of our pieces. That includes 100-year-old tree branches. Sorry, but it's staying in storage.
Okay. Now, I talked about the voice acting earlier. The voice acting has been very intermittent. You can honestly tell when given voice actors were given no direction. And when they're just trying to do what they can with what they have. Now, hang on. Now you got me curious about this 3 walls thing. So... that's obviously the 3rd wall. That one right there. Where's the 2nd wall? Did they tear down the 2nd wall? And the 1st wall? Yeah, they probably just tore them down. I know that sounds pathetic, but I was actually kind of looking forward to seeing the walls built into the structure, you know? Just like, oh, that's cool. Oh, well. No biggie.
I can't be a part of this! Why the hell did you do that?
You wouldn't give me my branch. I need my peace branch.
See if they've got any weapons or ammo.
Dude, you just complained about me murdering her. God, lady. I need the key. Literally. I can't believe you killed her. See if she has any weapons or ammo. I can't interact with the computer. Some strong glass, tell you what. Well, shoot, I was hoping for, like, some kind of hint on what to do. But it looks like murdering her doesn't actually do anything. Oh, well. Hey, I murdered this lady. I murdered this person. The safe is locked and I don't have any digit picks. first thing I tried.
Welcome to the Co-Heritage Museum. I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question.
Alright. So we need 4 persuasion. I can be very annoying when I need to be. If you don't give me the branch, I won't stop asking for it.
Handing over that branch is starting to look pretty good.
I always knew you were a reasonable person.
I try to be. I can't believe I'm doing this. Please return it in one piece.
Sure. Okay. Now, let's test a theory. I don't know. I'm still not sure what I think of the persuade minigame.
City, isn't it? There's nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is the city.
Wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
We want to talk. This is the city of the people that were fighting a war with the people we were just at.
I hope Aquila City has what we need.
Oh yeah, yeah. I only had to murder 1 person, and I undid that timeline anyways. Fast travel.
Have you paid a visit to Miss Castler in Aquila City?
Yeah, she wants it back when you're done with it.
Yes, yes, of course. I'll see that it is returned to her in one piece. Well, perhaps minus a few shavings. Now, I just need a moment to analyze this and synthesize an audio response to our friend here. Right, so we'll feed in a sample. Now the program will incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the sample, extrapolating the size and structure of the original tree. This was put together rather hastily, so complete accuracy is impossible. But I'm hoping it's enough. And there it is. Our best hope for a positive solution to this mess. So, we now have a simulated response to our tree. All that's left is to play it.
I don't have much of a singing voice, but I can try.
Oh, I'm quite certain you couldn't achieve the necessary register. Far too low for human vocal cords. I've been forced to listen to this SSNN kiosk chatter incessantly this entire time. I think it could be put to better use. We don't have time to go through the proper channels, but if you can find a terminal and get this uploaded into their system, it might do the trick.
This feels illegal.
Perhaps, but desperate times, and all that. Certainly, if you have some other option, by all means, take advantage of it.
Though I am not exactly thrilled we're doing anything illegal. I suppose we've come this far, so it would be a shame to stop now.
Yes, well, it's as I said, desperate times require desperate measures. I'm not proud of this, but it needs to be done.
Or you could chop down the tree. Or any of 1,000 other possible solutions.
Then I fear all this hard work will be for naught. I would hate to see this tree come down, but we may be out of options. I have no doubt that you will.
Okay, whatever. Let's go do the extremely illegal thing. Which for some reason is way over here? What? Hold on. What? Yeah, no, it's way over there. But, huh? Now it's moved. Okay. That's okay. I'm just gonna move on. Oh, it's okay. Got it.
Really?
I wonder if I'll miss one.
administration's coming.
Nothing to see here. Is there a visibility indicator? Oh my god, there isn't, is there? Okay. That's actually a good point. It could be locked here. Where was stealth? Adds a stealth meter. There you go. Yeah, no, that's my issues. Let's see. I do want that, so... Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, I should be able to just kind of go boop back to where I just was. Which, of course, is somewhere.
Working at the office of Interstellar.
We've done it! I'm already seeing reductions in the strength of the vibrations. The tree is calming down. I can hardly believe that worked.
Congratulations. You got the tree to orgasm.
I don't know. We've been in uncharted territory this whole time. That doesn't stop now. With the immediate crisis hopefully over, I can slow down and review everything we've learned. And certainly, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on our friend going forward. And you have saved this tree and advanced our scientific knowledge of our environment. Noble work across the board. You have my gratitude and that of every citizen in New Atlantis, though they don't know it.
Do I need to take the branch back? Or... How am I doing that? I need to know. Do I have the branch on me? Are you sending the branch back? Okay, hold on. Okay. See how well I can navigate this map. Here. And here. Sex! Warcraft code. He just keeps saying that word. What does it mean?
200 years and this city is the best the collective can come up with?
Thank you.
Watch it. It's coming and going more than
That situation at Gall Bank is just a mess.
It's still there, by the way. The situation, I mean. Oh god, I'm all turned around. It's okay, I'll just check the map. This is it. There it is, there it is.
Everything you see here is a piece of Aquila City's history. Hi! Please feel free to have a look around. It's the reason I started this place.
How's the museum going?
Very well. People are proud of their history here, so we get more visitors than I was expecting. So it gets pretty busy here, especially with school field trips.
We're just gonna pretend I'm gonna give you some wood, lady, okay? Those of you who were not looking at the screen and had me on the other monitor, you are now obligated to like and subscribe. Thank you very, very much, Jatohu. Jatoho? I actually don't know how to pronounce it because I'm a moron. But I appreciate the sub nonetheless. As a reminder, you can put the towards up to 3 future streams if you'd like to. Jatoho, got it. FF14 Dawn Trail, you got it. Hey, Javin.
The museum is always open to you.
Cool. Moving on, let's look at our next quest. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Check my ship's inventory. No. It's plural voting, Chitoho. So in other words, rather than you putting whatever 2 divided by 3 is into each game, it's just you put the full donation towards 3 things. It's so that viewers have a little bit more buying power with regards to deciding what they do, and a whole bunch of boring stuff I'm not going to bore you with.
Using Isaac. Using Isaac. I am your sidekick, your shadow, your tail.
Okay, so I have looked at my inventory. And I do like that my hold is right by cockpit. Good move. Oh yeah, by the way, we've already got him. Hit refresh, Danka Wonka. Okay, so quest complete. There we go. Quest complete. I put all the stuff I just put in there right back in there. All of this. Oh, let's just do this. There we go. Hey, there's a button for it. Woo! You're kidding, right, Seth? I'm gonna keep him right up until I murder him. Yeah, no, that's not me, Warcraft code. You're sure he's essential? Well, you know. We'll see. Okay, next quest. Investigate brownouts in the well, talk to bartender, talk to Sergeant Yumi. Join the commanders. What else we got here? I guess we could do the bank robbery quest while we're literally right here. Although there is no difference in distance between this and multiple light years that way.
Your tail.
Okay. And exit ship.
Modern city with walls. Quite a throwback, wouldn't you agree?
No promises, Braven. I gotta keep promises.
Ain't no way those bank robbers are getting...
That's an interesting question, Javin. Earlier, I murdered a man to get a quest item from him, and obviously pissed off the local guards. Without missing a beat, I then walked to the quest turn-in guy and talked to him, and he naturally had a very casual, normal conversation with me about turning in the quest, while the guards and the giant robot in the background were all shooting him and me during the conversation. I'd be lying if I said that wasn't funny as hell.
You need to stand back now.
Sounds like you could use some help.
I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know you. Now please, stand back.
Our lives at stake, you damn fool.
I wish I could say you were wrong, but I'm backed into a corner here. Some folks from the Shaw gang tried to rob the place, but they got spotted by a guard. They took everyone inside hostage, and now they're keeping a watch so we can't move against them. They're using the intercom to communicate.
So, what's the demands they've made?
They won't talk to me. Say they don't trust the badge. They want a neutral negotiator. In other words, they didn't have a plan for this, so they're stalling while they come up with one.
Right, so what's your plan?
Without demands, I ain't got much to work with. About all we can do is wait and see.
Is there another way into the damn base?
It might come to that, but first I just want you to talk to them. Find out what they want, and then report back to me.
Or I could just go kill them.
I'm sending in a negotiator, so don't shoot.
Hands where I can see him, and don't try nothing.
Alright, let's see how much the game is paying attention.
Security around here is a joke.
You're the negotiator, huh? If you think you're just gonna walk up here and get us to surrender, you're dead wrong.
Who are you?
It's Jed. Jed Bullock.
Good to meet you, Jed. My name's Lore Runner.
Well, ain't you polite? So tell me, stranger, how do I know you're gonna deal straight with us?
I'm gonna roll persuasion check.
I don't know you, so why should your word mean anything to me?
Don't you just want to get out of here?
Yeah, I'm already sick to death of this place.
You really want to stay trapped in that bank?
I'm so ready to get out of here.
I'm sure you'd rather be somewhere else than stuck in a bank.
We're staying as long as it takes. Nothing you say is gonna change my mind, so let's just move on.
Cool. What's the condition of the hostages?
They talk too damn much. Complain about everything. As much as we'd like to, none of us has shot one yet.
What are your demands?
We want to guarantee a safe passage to the spaceport and a ship. We'll drop the hostages off somewhere safe in the system. After that, we'll radio back where they are, and the Marshal and his crew can come and get them. But if anybody follows us when we break orbit, we start shooting people. Got it?
How do I know you'll keep your word?
What, you think we want to stay locked up in here? Hell no!
Alright.
Oh, hell, the Freestar Rangers have got ships. They can give us one of them. This whole damn job's gone wrong. They're supposed to be just a quick hit. Clean and simple, you know? So let's all try to keep our heads, yeah? Because my guys, they're going crazy in here. I don't know how much longer we can last.
It's not too late to end this peacefully.
What do you mean?
It means I get another persuasion check.
Sometimes bad things happen to innocent people.
You're gonna die.
You really think so? Nobody's been hurt. So maybe the judge won't come down too hard on us. Yeah. I think this has gone on long enough. You go tell the Marshal we'll come quietly.
Well done back there. As representatives of Constellation, avoiding conflict is what we should always be striving to achieve.
Yeah. Speech 100.
Those guys are scared. I can tell. What's the word?
Yeah, they agreed to come quietly.
Well, I'll be a son of an Ashta. How'd you pull that off?
Speech 100.
Considering those are Shaw's people, that's damn near a miracle. Here, you've more than earned this. You got us out of a tough spot, and you did it with courage that's not common. As a matter of fact, you might just be Freestar Ranger material. If you're interested, head on over to the Rock and ask for Emma Wilcox. She handles the new recruits.
Cool. I don't know, Zeiss. So, I walked up to the door, gun drawn, and they were like, "Oh God, he's got a gun! He's the PC!" Actually, unironically, I would love it if there's some RPG. There's a bunch of bank robbers. They've got complete control of the situation. They've got everyone on lockdown, and they look up and they see the PC walking up, and they're like, "No, we're done. We give up." What? Shut up, Stan. That's the PC over there. Oh my God, it is. We're sorry. We're sorry. Throw guns on the ground. We're sorry. Please. We'll go quiet. Thank you, PC. Never could have done this if you hadn't shown up. I'm pretty sure that's at least happened once with bats. Soups, they tend to, like, actually shoot at Superman, which is, you know, exactly as effective as it sounds. Alright, so what else we got here? Debt collector, lost data, slates. Looking for info. This should be a quickie. All I have to say about that pillar just now?
Hey, can we skip the local chunks this time? Never agrees with my stomach.
Oh yeah, you're probably wondering why she's still in my party when I have the much better, adoring fan party member. The answer is I can't get rid of her until I advance the MSQ.
The project has to be done.
And,
Is there a type of weapon
well, we're doing side quests.
Saw your ship come in. Hi, mister.
Yeah, now side quests are usually where the Bethesda games, you know, BRPGs in general, tend to shine.
Do you have a story for me or not? Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst.
Nice to meet you, too.
Sorry. Long day. Longer night. How about a do-over? Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. My guess is you really work for a living.
Uh-huh.
I bet you have a story or two. I have a feeling about such things.
Yeah, I just made a plant come to orgasm.
Tommy? Tommy did something useful? So you must be the captain of the... Frontier? Rumor is there was a firefight at a mining installation. I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. No hearsay. So, what do you got for me?
How would you know? Anyways, the Crimson Fleet attacked me.
Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Tell them about the ore. That was quite a lucrative operation.
Ore?
Rare minerals, you say? That would be worth the price of admission. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group?
I was just one of the miners.
Huh. I didn't realize Argos Extractors hired such capable crew. So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph?
You know, I get what they probably want me to pick, which is this one. But honestly, I kind of killed all of them by myself. You watched me. You watched me. I stood back and let like 8 people bulldog on this one guy, and they couldn't kill him.
By yourself? Uh-huh. We deal with fact, not fiction here.
Yeah.
So try again.
No, that is actually factual. That is literally what happened. I have video evidence of it.
How heartwarming. Constellation banding together with some dusty miners. I like it. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, drop by. And take this to cover any incidentals, or other creative ways to pad out an expense report. You have another story for me?
Yeah, there was a gal bank robbery on Aquila City. Happened about 3 seconds ago.
You certainly get around. I'm surprised that branch has any customers left, the number of times it's been held up. But I thought the Rangers had finally managed to get a handle on it. I heard there was a standoff. That true?
Yeah.
I'd say I'm surprised, but this is my total lack of surprise face. What
Pikachu?
happened to the robbers? The Shaw gang.
I negotiated with them and talked them down.
You did what? I mean, you're well spoken, but a hostage negotiator?
Yeah.
I'll do some research and make sure that checks out.
I hate you.
These things are often messy. Any customers or gal bank staff get hurt?
No, I rolled a 20.
That's really good news. Usually, well, it's a different kind of story. You were there. You were involved in resolving it. Any comment on the Freestar Rangers? Having another high-profile robbery in their own backyard is a bit of a black eye.
Exactly, Joe. Here's my Twitch page. I'll talk nice about the Rangers.
Huh. That's really good to know. Stories like this always fire up public outrage and appetite. Thanks for the interview. And take this.
I probably could go back to the mining colony if I could remember where it was. Does anyone remember what the planet was our mining colony was on? Okay. Vectera. Well, yeah, Barrett's still back there, so that makes sense that we double back at some point. Let's go be a debt collector really quick. That sounds like fun. I'm hitting the wrong buttons because I'm stupid.
Jemison, but this ship is starting to feel like home.
Okay. Well, make yourself at home, I suppose. Here you go. Enjoy the space, woo.
Smooth jump. Nice work.
And that was it. Enjoy it. Whoops.
Hello, Captain. We pose no threat here. Quite the opposite. Our ship's full of the faithful, Sanctum Universum. Happy to talk if you're inclined.
No, I'm good.
Want to return the hail? That's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I never heard of you. That's okay for you. Sorry. Sorry, we can't. You're breaking up. Space. Let's check the map really quick. Cool. Well, at least our jump is what it should be on a 0.25 G planet. Hell yeah. What? There's a place down in, I want to say Chile, on the coast, in real life, which gets extraordinarily, I guess I'm phrasing that wrong, has very, very, very little light pollution. To the point where you can just see space. It's crazy. Compared to, you know, what I'm used to. Stupid question. What is the requirement for placing an outpost beacon? Nothing seems to be sufficient. Okay, now I can do it. Now that I'm up in the air. That's weird. Well, whatever, let's do it right here. Or not. Oh, yep. Beacon. Yes, I can't wait to conquer this pathetic world. We've got some power generators right there, which we probably can't use. And we'll put it over here. No, we'll put it right there. This land is my land. This land is my land. Okay, let's rename this to... Give me.
I have things for you. Here, I have something for you.
You don't have to give me anything.
It's not that big of a deal. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm more than just an extra gun, you know.
Well, thank you.
I'm just pleased I get to utilize some of my old field collecting skills. It's been a while. Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. If I pick anything up, it's all yours.
Sweet, thanks for the sedative. Not gonna lie, I'm a little confused by that. Okay, so... hang on. Alright, so... extractor beryllium, which we can make. And there's some beryllium over here. Oh, yeah. Let's get that sweet, sweet beryllium. Okay, we got beryllium, aluminum, helium-3. What do we got around here? What do we got around here? So there's beryllium, 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 beryllium. Lots of beryllium. Is that actually it? Oh, no. I saw hidden 3 over there. More, but lots of beryllium. So much beryllium. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and get some beryllium going. No, that's the wrong button. Requires power.
Making this place feel like home.
Yep. Just like my old mining place back home. Okay, so let's get a power array. Probably not, Javin. I enjoyed doing it in Fallout 4, and I did. But I will also admit, Fallout 4 was kind of a weird case for me. Because in Fallout 4's case, I built up, like, the main base and, like, the neighboring, what was it, like 4 or 5 towns. And then I stopped, because I was basically done with it. I was like, okay, I'm good. By areas restricted. It's not really as helpful as I'd like. So we could get a transfer container going on so we could get all that precious beryllium. Looks like we need adaptive frames for that, though. And this is where we can actually get, like, housing places. Nobody cares about any of that, though. We're just here to steal their precious resources. Here's a small landing pad. Generating power. I think. Maybe. I mean, we don't have any sunlight at the moment, but I'm assuming at some point we will. Yeah, but like, I already hit activate. And that's what hitting activate does again. I'm not sure if it's on or off now. Okay, maybe it's on now? Well, yeah, I figured because in Fallout 4 there was like a power cable thing. looks like we will get sunlight at some point, so... Okay, where was the quick menu? Yeah. Aha! Maybe? Well, either way, we don't have enough power. Link! Link! Okay. Okay, so now it's producing beryllium, and it's sending it to the transfer container. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. No, I saw that already. Java, hang on. The good news is we can afford another solar array. Bad news is I really don't know why I can build in some places and not in others. Like, considering that's my outpost, why can I not build in the yellow area? What is preventing that? Anyways, go ahead and get a bit of power. No. It's working! It's working! See, that's what I thought the red was, Mike's DK, because there's a little, you know, thing built into the terrain right there, which makes sense. What's over here in the yellow? Unless it's these things. The whatever those are that I can't scan. Yeah, then it blows up. Yeah, like, red makes perfect sense. I figured that out immediately, but then there's a yellow, which I'm just confused about. Hey, we're making beryllium. Okay, so hang on. Let's Factorio this just a little bit. So... build 3 more. I need more copper. Let's do a test, shall we? Let's put this way over here.
Expanding the outpost a bit.
Let's push the limits here. It does count. Even though it's way over there, it counts for the total power. Okay. I mean, wireless power is something we're figuring out now, so that doesn't bother me too much. And cable design is a whole thing, as I recently ranted about in Oxford Not Included. So we need copper, which we of course do not have right now. Okay, so it actually gave me a proper feedback that time. It can't be too close to another extractor, which makes perfect sense. Notice it just gets rid of rocks like that. Hey, Savicom. Welcome to Outpost Beryllium 1. I don't know what beryllium is or what we can use it for, but we're going to have a bunch of it. That is going towards the Winx Club. Nations. Arx Fatalis. And wow. War Within. Thank you for being a part of the show, Savicom, as always. Yeah, I can afford a fourth. It's not going to do anything yet. There's a spot left that I can plop one down, so we might have to be stuck with just 3. Yeah, okay. I meant more what's it useful for in-game, Kira likewise, but maybe. There we go. We have 3 extractors, pulling resources into this. And hypothetically, I don't know, I kind of appreciate being able to set up my own base. I know it's dumb and there's no real benefit to it, I just like it. I mean, there are some problems to be solved, Jobin, but we've solved those problems in real life. So, yeah, no. Signal bouncing and signal decay are solved issues, you know what I mean? There's also a reason Star Trek just uses subspace when it comes to communication. Yeah, I have a quest, but I want to test something.
So, where to next?
I mean, I have fun with some of the games I review, but no, this is my job, Final Flash Kick. Okay.
I heard you're fluent in over 24 verbal and body languages. Remarkable.
Yada.
Lifting off now.
We're due for our next jump soon.
People say I need more hobbies. Writing about you, thinking about you, talking about you. That's 3.
But how do I get the resources from the transfer to ship building to the ship? So let's try this. Let's see what happens here if we do this. Well, it's still in the transfer container. How, game? Did you see that? There's an overhead view for helping a building. Try it now. What's the button? Okay, I'm gonna go manually look up the button. But don't say, hey, there's an overhead view, and then don't tell me what the button is for the overhead view. It's apparently V. Which is also melee. There we go. Hey. Oh, that's actually much nicer. Okay, okay. Oh, that's ugly. Here's our power. Yep, can we zoom out? No, of course we can't. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I found the zoom out. It's not scroll wheel. It's backwards. This is me moving my mouse forwards. This is me moving my mouse backwards. Okay, so... Any... Oh my god, any veins around here? Hey, aluminium. Maybe? Nope. There is restricted. Then why is there a resource node on it? Alright, whatever. Allows the transfer of cargo while on board your ship. Hey, here we go. Beryllium. I'll take all that beryllium there. Delicious beryllium. Okay, now we need a copper mine. There's also aluminum here.
Whenever I'm lost, I think, what would you do in my shoes? Not this one. I've got small feet.
Wait, why do we need poison food stuff? Yeah, can't argue that. We did it! So clearly we need to focus on researching outpost stuff, like priority 1, so we can rip precious resources out of planets and then use them to get more research. Oh, not at all, Final Flash Kid. I mean, don't mistake me. I am probably harsher about video games than most people are, because, you know, duh. But I still enjoy plenty of games for what they are. Hell, I still enjoy games that I play on stream. I just finished playing Tinykin. It was a great game. Okay. Blur attack. Okay, I know I was going to get into energy weapon systems, although I'm kind of curious. Ooh, nice. No, I need resources, Von Falkes. I need all the resources. I need to get my interstellar empire going. I need to figure out how to get the interstellar logistics system going so I can have different planets that are harvesting resources, send those resources to other planets. Then I need to get a main bus line going. I'm going to have at least, I need titanium, copper, iron, coal, and stone going through that. I'd like to get silicate through there as well as possible, but the silicate's going to have to come off planet because we only have a source of that over there. And cocaine. No, we make the cocaine. Obviously. Wow, outpost engineering is way down there. We need 9 more levels till we could do outpost engineering. I mean, have you played Dyson Sphere Program yet, Javan? If not, you should play Dyson Sphere Program. I've actually, this is not a joke, I've been mentally building a bus for that game in my head, in my spare time, to help me get to sleep at night. I know that sounds weird, but building things helps me relax and helps me to get to sleep. Anyways, the idea I have right now is I'm going to set up one planet whose only job is to be a hub, right? So I'm going to have the interstellar pylons going on, and that's going to pull in all the resources from across the entire system. And each resource is going to go from its own specific hub, and then go out, and I'm going to have the entire planet layered in conveyor belts going along it, and use the splitters in order to pull down into each specific manufactory in order to design. Basically, I want a planet to become my new bus. I'm going to use the whole planet as a bus. And I've been thinking about the specifics of how to construct that. And yeah, if anything happens to that planet, I'll be screwed, so I'm going to have to set up some laser defenses, which means I'm going to need some really good power generation there. So I'm probably going to have to set up some solar sails to make that work. But it's just, I can picture it in my head. It's going to be beautiful. And then so if I do it right, what I'm thinking is I'm either going to do the northern hemisphere is going to one half of the hub, or the bus, excuse me. The southern hemisphere is the other half. And then all along the equator, I'll do the resource, the finished spot, the storage spaces, where I can just run through there and actually pull what I need. And that way I can actually put another logistic spot in order to pull the resources from those into sending it to wherever I need it in the system. Or what I might also do is do the same idea, but instead have the whole hub running across the whole planet and have the hub at the very, very bottom, at like the southern pole, something like that. I haven't decided which I want to do yet. Does that work for you, Javan? Seriously, look into it. It's a great, it's not even done yet, and it's a great game. I'm honestly enjoying it more than Satisfactory, and I was rather fond of Satisfactory. So I'm debating something. That's true, Von Falkenstein. Satisfactory is still developing its MSQ. Good night, TSB. Get some good rest. So what I'm debating is if I want to go all in on outposting or not. And I have this weird feeling that if I'm going to do that at all, especially for the purposes of testing and reviewing, I should do that sooner rather than later. Pretty much exactly like I did in Fallout 4, where I just kind of nosedived into building up the outposts, and then I went and did the rest of the game. Oh yeah, by the way, Javan, Dyson Sphere Builder program, or whatever the actual name of the damn game is even though everything is shrunk, everything is like in terms of size, the physics are straight. Like the physics are pretty much exactly what they should be. In my initial planet, I had a massive solar farm along the equator because it generated more power because it was on the equator. Yeah, screw it. Let's outpost it up. So, let's grab this. Oh, I don't blame you. DSP is going to be an investment. So, I'm going to want outposts mining everything. That means I want, among other things, a source of aluminum here.
Doesn't look like much, but we should certainly take a look around.
So... So there's the beryllium outpost. Let's see if we can find an aluminum node somewhere around here. No, we can't ditch Sarah yet. She's locked in during the MSQ that we're currently stuck in. Which one was Space Engineers? Here's some aluminum. Do you have any aluminum veins? What's this? That's more beryllium. A lot of beryllium right here. Is there a respec option? Do not know. I've not encountered one yet. Well, the one resource I know with total certainty I'm going to need more of is copper. Naturally, it's a resource this planet doesn't have. That's not a bad point, though. Maybe we should commit to that first. So hang on. Let's switch over here. This takes helium and beryllium. Oh, no, that's what's available here. Helium, beryllium. Why don't we have... Hold on a sec. Let's go back to the outpost here. It's okay, Lord Harriman. It's okay. There we go. We need copper for that. So it looks like the big things we're missing right now. We've got beryllium in lockdown if we ever need it. We need copper, iron, and aluminum. We don't seem to have a need for helium-3 yet, but I saw that was a fuel thing. We probably need to get fuel at some point. Hasn't been a thing yet. Let's go ahead and not go crazy with expanding the base until we have a little more resources under our belt. Jesus Christ, John. Bye, Sarah.
Howdy.
Hi. Blade gliding. Be all you can be in 0G.
You went to a lot of effort to find me.
No, I really didn't. I'm an insurance salesperson. I got a heck of a deal on some term life.
Ha ha. I mean, ha 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 ha. You got some real moxie, gotta admit. I'm gonna give you one chance. Leave. Let some other errand boy do Gallbank's dirty business. Otherwise, it's not gonna end well for you, my friend.
I mean, I'll just shoot you.
Wrong choice.
So anyways, you're dead. Yeah, I know I could have taken the persuade option. I kinda don't care. His life, as it has been, is now over. That's right, now I've got my own little home. Next to my beryllium outpost.
Rest well, I hope?
Were you Okay, you were sleeping next to me. Okay, that was maybe a little creepy. Okay, well that's done. You know, that's valid, Culver. You know, I know we are in a low-G environment, but this is ridiculous. There's some root beer up there, too. We have gotten 201 beryllium in the time that it took us to do that. Look, it's aluminum, not aluminium. We all know this. And her name is Eris. The funny part is I bet beryllium isn't particularly well selling, so we're just kind of good on beryllium if we need it. No, it's Illuminati. That's what it is. I hear they secretly control the mining concerns.
As the hero of Vectera, you need your...
Let's go ahead and take all our beryllium here. There we go. Wow, that's...
Your own comic book, your own cartoon, your own theme song.
I have a theme song. Dun. Okay, oh, right, I did actually want to test something really quick here. Sorry. It's time to do what all humankind has dreamt of since before time began. To breathe the air of an alien soil. So I remember where my equipment is. I guess this is my equipment. We'll just take that off. You know what? Yeah, let's see how bad it is if we take off this too. We are one with the universe. What if we could go for a jog in this? Ah, yeah. Oh man, if I could send him... Actually, considering we could set up crew quarters on these places, and then establish crew to use those crew quarters, I'm pretty sure we could, in fact, set our adoring fan here to mine beryllium. We're free! Alright, but first we need copper, iron, and I think nickel was the other thing. Oh god, where am I? Kind of, yeah, okay. Zeiss decided to shove it over the line. Excuse me.
This is so cool.
Yeah, let's make sure. Yep, okay, we have our beryllium. So we could fly in space, but I've got a better idea. Why don't we just go turn in our quest? You know, that's a good point, Javin. I wonder if any vendors sell resources. Remember to check the one by the spaceport.
Good luck out there. I mean, my favorite credit analyst is back. So Dieter's estate has already settled our claim, and Gal Bank scores another victory. Now, I'm guessing, well, hoping, that he didn't give you an option. But either way, bank's thrilled with this new initiative.
Yep. It was his choice, not mine.
Not a surprise. And you know, if you keep working with us, it's probably going to happen again. Hopefully that doesn't scare you off. Listen, I'm really feeling this working together, aren't you? So if you want another delinquent, let me know. We'll keep this going. But here is your well-deserved finder's fee.
Wanted to be a loan shark. No quest icon, for once. I'm lost. I'm blind. We gotta help out Kagra, though. So let's help out Kagra, shall we?
Hello and welcome to Terrible. How may I serve?
Do you have desserts, donuts, bakeries? What do you got?
Hi there. Welcome to Terrabrew. How can I help you?
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Corporate policy requires me to state that everything Terrabrew offers is my favorite.
There's a policy for that?
Certainly. Please take your time.
So we generally don't quit games midstream because they're bad. Actually, quite the contrary. Really bad games are generally enjoyable and worthwhile to go ahead and fill all the way through. We have, however, quit games midstream when they are extremely boring. Oh, these are expensive. Jesus.
Down with the FC!
There is one game we quit because it was causing me physical pain. Just the one. And that was Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Whoops, wrong button. Take the damn thing. There we go. I mean, why would it be, Kay? I don't own a PlayStation 5. That game's not even going to come out for another year. Maybe. You're going to have to explain that one to me, Dark.
How can I? Enhance is here for you, no matter your needs.
I'm just late.
You found it? Oh my God, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. You have helped a humble businessman. You saved me and my business. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much. I hope this hasn't tainted your perception of my wonderful facility. If you need any work done, I'll always be here.
Cool.
If you'd ever like to make a change.
I actually fully plan to skip the PS5 at this point, to be really honest with you. It's not a particularly interesting system, and it doesn't have enough games on it to justify its existence for me. So, I might actually pick it up for the sake of the job someday, but even that's a maybe. Especially if it has backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 6, whenever that comes out. Or the PC. Although Sony's been doing all kinds of things lately, so who knows on that front. Okay. Yeah, so that was kind of a waste of time. What else we got? Let's go do this procedural quest. I also noticed we're, like, completely out of fuel. Although, near as I can tell, we haven't had to refill.
Do you need a little bit of time?
As I've been warping around here. Good question, Croatia. Ask me again in about a week.
Beginning landing.
This may sound strange, Darkrai, but that feels like it should be the opposite then. Okay, here we go. Build an outpost with a scan booster. Yeah, okay, thanks. It's snowing. Let's see. So we're going from... The only thing I don't like about that Darkrai is if we move AM2R after Fusion, what that means is we move Fusion before 2. In that case, we'll go Metroid 1, Zero Mission, Fusion, and then Metroid 2, AM2R, and Samus Returns. And that feels like a weird choice. I'm not sure I like that idea. I don't know. I'll think about it. Figure out how to scan stuff, because I haven't actually done that yet. There's some lead here. It's always nice. We don't need lead at the moment, although we could probably get some lead. But again, I want copper first, because copper is what gets us the ability to make more outposts. Yeah, no, I want to review all 3 Metroid 2s back to back to back. This is negative 167 degrees on this planet. Why is Super after Fusion? Now that's a good question. You'll notice Super and Dread are dead last. That's because those are the best. And if you notice anything about my overall tendencies, it's that I like to start with the worst and lead towards the best. Look at the order we're doing the Zeldas in, for example. Now, there's some rejiggering there, because I have multiple objectives I'm trying to accomplish simultaneously. But I do still try to start with the black. And I mentioned that because that's not just my own personal preference, although that is admittedly my own personal preference. Hey, water. It's also because, in my experience, that tends to make for better streaming. If we, random example, are streaming the Final Fantasies, and we end on FF13. That's a terrible note to end a streaming block on. You want to end a streaming block on the best. You want to end it on something you know is going to land, right? So, the Zelda block will effectively end on Twilight Princess. The Metroid block will eventually effectively end on Super and Dread. You get it, right? We did that with Mario as well. We ended with Mario Wonder. We did that kind of with the Mega Mans as well, pushing Mega Man 11 to dead last. Glad you're liking it, Savacom. Yeah, exactly, Javan. Putting the blunk in the middle makes a degree of sense. And you'll notice that's kind of our overall lineup. So normally I'd say you could type !next to see the order of games, but actually I don't think I've updated that document yet. So instead, if you type !upcoming into chat, you should actually get a link to the website where I do keep an updated list of what we're playing in what order. Yeah, so. Oh, hey, there's enemies here. Oh, God, there's enemies shooting at me here. Yeah, by the way, the queue is kind of stacked right now, honestly. What's the reason for starting Zelda Block with Breath of the Wild? So there's actually two reasons. And you already heard one of them. You start strong and you end strong. Now, that's not always what I do, but because you'll notice we're going immediately from that into Zelda 1. But that is one of the reasons. The other reason is very, very simple. It would make the most sense from a purely review, objective perspective to review Breath of the Wild right next to Tears of the Kingdom. But actually think about that for 5 seconds. Like, really think about what it would be like to play through Breath of the Wild and then Tears of the Kingdom back to back. So, that's a terrible idea, which we will not be doing.
Easy! I'm in over my head!
So, Sub-Zero asks a good question, and the answer is, I kind of don't care. Anytime there's a game where the difficulty isn't properly designed, like
Find anything useful?
Bethesda games, it's honestly not really worth the time and effort to play on a proper difficulty, because all that does is slow the entire process down. So, while it arguably is a less efficient review, that brings us back to the PFR concept. PFR always applies, even when it comes to changing our difficulty up. It's worth noting that we don't always do that. It depends on the specifics of the difficulty options. We have played several games where the difficulty options are legit, and we tend to play those on hard, because that's awesome. Yes, I am, okay. Of course I did, Kay. Don't you? Actually, yeah, Lord Harrimon's correct. If I choose to play your game on hard, it's because your game is damn good. I have done that several times. In fact, I've done it more often than not. The other thing, too, and I've said this many, many, many times, so for those of you in chat who are familiar with me, if I turn on cheats or lower the difficulty, why do I do that? Bingo. Time. Many people have this weird impression that we turn down difficulty or turn on cheats because the game is too hard. We've never done that. At least not in a modern review. We have done that once in a review prior to this. It is always because of time. As much fun as it would be to play a game like this one, for example, for, I don't know, 400 hours, I don't feel like killing my career to do that. Yeah, even Kingsfield wasn't a game that was hard, although Kingsfield doesn't deserve my respect. It was a game that was just taking absolutely forever. This, for example, is a game we will not have to turn the cheats on or try the cheat flagging. Anytime we turn on console commands, it's literally just to test something out. Is there literally nothing here? Did I come in here for no reason? Yeah, it's another thing. I have nothing to prove at this point in my life. I have many, 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 many examples of me being good at video games on camera. I have beaten Bloodborne, all bosses. I have beaten Elden Ring, all bosses. I managed Cyber Shadow. That was a fun one. Obviously, I crushed platformers in general. I don't even need to get into that. Jedi Fallen Order I did on hard. That was actually really fun. I got most of the way through Sekiro, and then I ran into a wall. I'll admit that. A genre of video game I don't consider myself good at. Sports games in general? No, I didn't go Magic in Elden Ring. I walked into Elden Ring pretty blind. So I walked in as a big old two-hander. Yeah, you remember that boss in Bloodborne that's an aborted fetus that hits you with its own placenta? Because I remember that. God, that fight. An arcade video game? So arcade games are the kind of games that are... you'll kind of know it when you see it. They're designed for really short, brief snippets of play. The kind of games that you can beat either never or inside of like 20 minutes. They probably have some kind of mechanic built in to rip quarters out of you. But ignoring that for a moment, the core structure of the gameplay itself is all about that very, very brief loop. Pac-Man is the example of this. If you play a game like Pac-Man, you know immediately the kind of game you're getting into. How do I discover traits? I mean, many would consider Pac-Man to be an arcade game, yeah. Arcade games, it's worth noting, are not a genre. It's like party games. For those of you who actually play tabletop stuff, there's dice party games, there's card party games, there's social party games, there's board party games, there's pen and paper party games. So there's all kinds of different genres there, but they're all party games, because party game is more like the vehicle of how you play the game as opposed to the actual genre itself. We have reviewed Mortal Kombat 11, great game, by the way, and Smash Ultimate. I think those are the only two fighting games we've done right now. We also have Street Fighter 6 on the books someday. I'm actually looking forward to that one. It looks pretty cool. Am I good at Pokemon? My capacity for being good at Pokemon depends entirely on which generation we're in. And generally speaking, the more modern it gets, the less I tend to be good at it. I tend to be really good at building my team in the older Pokemon games when I know the Pokemon inside and out. Oh god, Choppin', do I have to? Yeah, pretty much up to Gen 5. Yeah, I got that unlocked. Is there a vehicle in this game? Okay. What is the ultimate life form? Shadow the Hedgehog joke. Do I count jetpacks as a vehicle? Hey, let's test it. Nope. I am simultaneously looking forward to and dreading Jedi Survivor. Remember, we'll be playing it on PC. So, we'll see how that goes. This is the jetpack, sir. That's it, right there. Oh, there's a sprint. Check it out. Almost. And we're out of stamina. Now we're generating CO2. And now we've gained hypothermia.
levels increased by 327.64%. Further removal of break time and sleeping hours.
What? What? Why? Oh my god! Why would she attack them?
System failure.
I didn't want to kill them, okay? Oh my god, that reload is so slow and it can be interrupted.
Catastrophic damage.
Oh, my head!
Fine.
Catastrophic damage.
I don't know what actually made those go hostile, legitimately. I might have to watch the VOD of that sometime to try and piece together how they went hostile. I was just chatting with them. Well, I guess we'll loot the place now. I wasn't gonna. But, you know, they're dead, so whatever. I guess humans are not allowed on the premises. Thank you, Danka. Very, very much, as always. Much obliged. I'm gonna be honest, when they were like, humans are not allowed on the premises, it didn't occur to me for a millisecond that they meant that as a get out of here or I'll attack you kind of a thing. I was expecting something more like the ED-500 thing from RoboCop. You know, it's nice and clear. Drop your weapon. You have 15 seconds to comply. Is it 200? God, I don't know. The chicken walker. Holy crap, Zeiss. That's sort of sad. That means nobody is streaming Starfield right now. For me to be the biggest. We have weightlifting? We do. Highly advised to avoid adjusting the number of human workers beyond the recommended capacity listed in your starter handbook. Studies indicate organic workers are highly inefficient, less durable, and vulnerable to a variety of stress factors at the facility. Any adjustments to human workforce capacity shall be done with approval from manager on site. Disabling robot workforce is not permitted and should be used in emergency. Okay, so let's disable the robots. All 0 of them left. Assuming I missed any. Damn right. Biggest Starfield streamer. By the way, Denka, you can put that towards up to 3 things if you'd want to. Don't forget. Okay. Sure. I have, let's say, a 90% certainty that this game will not be the next Skyrim in terms of modding. Skyrim has, oh god, I'd say at least 3 major things going for it in terms of modding. First of all, it came out in an era in which modding was really starting to get big. Now, I know modding has been a thing since the 90s, but Skyrim kind of had some really good timing there by coming out right when online groups and things like the Nexus were really starting to get their swing going. And so access to mods, understanding of mods, and coordination between players of mods was at an all-time high. Whoops. Anyway, sorry, excuse me. So, cool, no problem there. But then, so that's the first thing, they had really good timing. The second is, this is normal, admittedly, but Bethesda has pretty much always been all in on mod support. That goes back a ways, but they absolutely did that with Skyrim. They smashed... Like, I can't even put into words. It's kind of hard to explain from a modern perspective, because even to this day, there are plenty of developers who do not have even close to the level of modding support that Skyrim had. Like, we're willing to work with people and edit the tools and give you the actual dev tools and make them easily accessible and make the mods easily accessible, and just the level of depth that can be done with Skyrim modding is crazy. Now, there's a couple of other games that match that, but then you add into that fact that it was an Elder Scrolls game. And Elder Scrolls games in general have been pretty well selling for a pretty long period of time. Which, as you might imagine, means that the game had a good popularity. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people played Skyrim. So the overall percentage of just players in general that Skyrim reached was larger than a lot of other games, which could arguably have been better, better modding games. So we'll put that towards Yakuza Kiwami 2 and Resident Evil block. You got it. How do I discover planetary traits? Paradox tends to be very pro mod support as well, but again, like, EU4 is just nowhere near the level of, again, Skyrim. And yeah, Skyrim kept getting re-released. Jokes aside, that was actually a proven correct strategy. It was a smart thing to do. I could keep going, but the overall point is Skyrim was kind of a unique confluence, because this all leads to the final reason why Skyrim is probably going to be the king of mods, even past this point. And that's roots, or as Javan just so accurately put it, momentum. Skyrim is already a juggernaut of modding, with ridiculous quantity and quality of mods that already exist there. In fact, we have additional mod tools that have been built on top of the existing mod tools for Skyrim. If you want to make a mod for Skyrim, it is easier to do than you'd think. It's even easier to do to make it decent than you'd think. So, yeah, they have a whole lot of momentum when it comes to modding. The odds of a new game surpassing that are honestly kind of low. Possible. Will probably happen someday. But Skyrim's kind of the juggernaut of mods. Whoops. Sorry. I actually don't know if...
Imagine to tell you the number of inhospitable worlds like these that I've visited.
3. Is, say. Is the dev kit for Starfield even available yet? I know some of the modders have looked into it, but yeah, you know what I'm doing, John. That's what I figured. That's normal. They usually release the game and then release the dev kit later. They've done that every single release where they've done that, so no surprise. Oh man, Nintendo going pro mod would certainly be very interesting. I will admit, I was really excited for mods in Fallout 4. Notice I used past tense there. I was extremely unimpressed with the mod scene in Fallout 4, and I don't blame the modders for that. Just, there were several things I was hoping for that never came to fruition. And, I don't know if they, like, the specific reasons for that. I suppose I never will at this point. Can I just take their ship, like, while they're out here fighting me? Sarah, you hold them off, okay? You're invincible, so you can do that. Shotgun. Frickin' finally. Why are we in space? Did they take off while I was hopping on board? But how do I keep two ships at the same time? Like, that just said you could replace your home ship with this ship, but I want, like, more than one ship. I want all the ships, game. I want a fleet. So how do I, like, save this ship? Like, how do I go garage this ship somewhere? Thank you, nobody. I have to claim it. Can I just sell it? Like, yeah, I found this ship here. We do need a base of operations, which means we need resources. We need copper. Can we scuttle it, maybe? Although it's another 1.5G planet subject. You have a new home ship. Your previous home ship has been added to your fleet. I wonder what the pirates thought as I just kind of took off, you know, with their ship. Like, what was going through their heads as they look up like, oh, that's a thing that's happening. Huh. She's right there. She is ever our eternal, constant companion. Listen, Javan, you're overthinking it. You're overthinking it. Just because we boarded the ship alone, and then left into space, and then landed again, and then the spacers stopped existing. I like to think they all committed suicide the moment they saw us took off with their ship. Oh no, Sarah just killed them, and then she just waited. Like she was like, yeah, they'll be back. They'll be back. Oh, trust me, the moment we can ditch Sarah, we're getting the adoring fan. Why did you kill those innocent people? Game. Game. Almost. Ow. Alright, hang on. Just give me a minute. I just gotta go around to find a part of the mountain I can actually climb. There we go, okay. Alright, everyone. I want your hands where I can see you, because I'm going to shoot you. Surrendering will not stop me from shooting you. I'm just giving you a bit of a warning that you're about to be shot.
Watch your footing around here. These types of mines can be frighteningly unstable.
Please do not interfere with my tasks.
Okay.
Hope you're not looking for anything fancy. I only carry the basics. This job's boring as hell, but it sure beats lugging around all those rocks.
How do you like your job?
It's not my dream job, but it beats the hell out of my last gig. I used to work for Xenofresh. Slinging chasm bass makes working at an outpost like this look like a luxury job.
Right, so how do you like this job?
It's not my dream job, but slinging chasm.
How do you like this job?
It's not my dream job, but slinging chasm bass makes...
Okay. So, what do you got for sale?
You got it.
Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? No sniper yet. Oh, right. They're out of money. Right. Yeah, sure.
Stay safe out there.
Oh yeah, we should probably put on our new suit. I guess. I mean, while we're here. Congrats, Lunaruth. And on that day, Lunaruth's hips grew 3 sizes, they say. Okay. So... You know, truthfully, I'm not sure, Lord Harriman. It could just be an aversion to trying to make a manually crafted experience, because there's one thing a manually crafted experience takes more than anything else. Time. I actually talked about that a lot when we were doing our War Groove stream, if you remember that, when we were making our custom missions. I kept pointing out, you know, I would pause and be like, okay, now what I would do is fix this, do this, change this, and do this in order to make this actually polishing, but we're just testing out the program, so we then moved on from that step. Because, yeah. And then we would have to do a testing run, and then another polishing run, and then another testing run, and then a polishing run. It takes time. Time. Why does it keep saying that area is unexplored? Didn't I just, like... Yeah, open world is also one of the anti-problems. I forget what that's exactly called.
Another dead rock.
Yeah, so...
Well, at least we can scour the place for materials.
The concept of the ante is that once a specific thing kind of becomes the norm in a specific genre or type of game or in a game space, then every other game that comes out for it is kind of expected to also follow that norm and also have that thing. It's one of the reasons why the overwhelming majority of RPGs tend to have romance options, is because it is expected. And it's one of the reasons why open world games have become so prolific over the last, honestly, 20 years at this point. Let's say Morrowind and GTA 3 really bust the lid off of that. I mean, I've played a space-bound BRPG before that's better than this, almost guaranteed, and that is Outer Worlds. Isn't this the outpost we were just at? Yeah, I was dealing with a niece who had a fever last night. I wasn't just leaving for comedic effect. I was actually quite busy. Still, point made. Actually, it stands for Bethesda RPG. Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Hope you've calibrated that thing.
Outer Worlds. Fallout New Vegas. Probably Avowed. We're not sure about that one yet. Look, it's not my fault, Javan, that they kind of started that genre of game, because you know I'm right. I could probably come up with another term other than BRPG, I just... why bother, right? Because, yeah, the moment you see a BRPG, you're like, oh, yeah, no, duh. And it doesn't have to be by Bethesda, either. As I just pointed out. It's like CRPG. You know a CRPG when you see it. I mean, hell, even the C in CRPG stands for computer, which is basically a meaningless term nowadays. And yeah, we have ARPGs. That's kind of a sub thing. That's not really a genre in its own right, because plenty of other RPGs tend to be ARPGs. Like Kingdom Hearts is a JRPG and an ARPG. Now, I haven't played Gothic, so I'm not sure. Anybody here played Gothic? Whoop, 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 whoop. We don't talk about Gothic around here. The Gothic Wars. But, there's a couple other ones I can't think of that would qualify. Of course, I can't think of them right now. I haven't heard of that one, Pillars of Snow. What the hell do I know? Bethesda, Lord Harrimont. Head-on Bloodright? Well, I mean, that's an FPS RPG, pretty obviously. But I suppose we don't really have a qualifier for that, do we? Still, in terms of narrative structure, I would say Head-on is fairly Eastern European. So, I don't know why I said Eastern. European RPG. But in terms of gameplay, it is firmly in the FPS category. DAI is not a BRPG. It's not sure what it wants to be, because the Dragon Age games are traditionally CRPGs, but Inquisition kind of pushes that envelope a little bit. I went ahead and put it into CRPG for the simplicity of it, but it's worth noting, and most people will know this, that genres are more like guidelines, not to make a quote of it. Or, put simply, there's actually plenty of games that tend to drift in between genres. Which one, Lenareth? Witcher 3 is definitely, if I was categorizing it, I'd put it under CRPG. Pretty much for the exact same reason I did Dragon Age Origins. Oh, sure, I'll tell you the end of that. So you see, in the ending of that, we went, and then it went, and then the game ended. And then, after the credits rolled, we saw the main character as a high school student. None of those things are things I am making up. Hi, Nemesis. How's your day going? Other than RL. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Is a tough one to qualify. Everything's fine, Lenareth. Everything's fine. And I don't even have anything to spoil for you. It really was just kind of a, and we're done kind of an ending. I can't argue that VTMB1 isn't an RPG, but at the same time, it kind of isn't an RPG. Having said that, if you put a gun to my head and force me to classify it...
Zeroing in on anything useful?
We also call Yakuza an RPG, which I do not. I mean, if you put a gun to my head, like I said, I'd probably put VTMB1 under, you know, an FPS RPG. In pretty much the same vein as the aforementioned Head-on Bloodright. Oh, the new ones definitely are, Ross. But that's not what I meant. Yeah, there's a reason I put the Yakuzas under beat-em-ups, is because they're a logical and well-designed development of the beat-em-up genre. Right in the veins of Double Dragon, or TMNT, or River City Ransom, all of that stuff. Yeah, an FPS RPG, there actually is a logic to this. It boils down to this. If it's an FPS RPG, then it's an RPG with the vehicle of an FPS, but the emphasis is on the RPG side of things. If it's an RPG FPS, then it's an RPG with FPS elements, where the focus is on the FPS thing. Mass Effect all three Mass Effects would qualify into this, for example. Yeah, exactly. Mass Effect 1 would be an RPG with FPS elements. Mass Effect 2 is an FPS with RPG elements. And yes, I spend way too much time thinking about this. What do you want from me? You might wonder why I even care. And the truth is, I kind of don't. Except for one reason. I find it worthwhile to categorize games that we review under genres because it makes it for a good way to counterexample. To look at other games in a similar vein, with similar gameplay loops, and say, how does this line up compared to the other ones? It's a good way to track myself, to see how many pluses or negatives certain types of aspects of what should be given, and so forth and so on, right? And yeah, because we're walking across a huge stretch of nothing, and so we have nothing better to talk about than genres, subgenres, and cross-genres. Because I hate Q. My hands are off the keyboard, you know? We're almost done with this quest, by the way. I would say Doom 4 and Doom 5 do qualify as FPSs with RPG elements, but they're still very, very firmly FPSs.
I wonder what that generator is for.
Hang on. Before I kill you, let me equip my gear here really quick. Let's see.
Show yourself faster.
Yeah, killed your friend. Admittedly, Doom 4 and Doom 5 tend to blur a little bit for me, Yura, but wasn't that the one where you could go do extra optional challenges in order to power up your kit, and you could swap in between your abilities? Is that not the one I'm thinking of? Howdy! See, that's why I'm not sure about that, Darkrai. It's actually been a minute since I played Doom 4. Whereas I played Doom 5 pretty recently.
I can't take much more of this.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. Sorry. You didn't see that. Hey, I apologize, Javin. Let me just loot this iron. So, did we do it? Are we done with the planet? Nope, we're at 96%. I swore this was going to be the big one. This is going to be the last percentage point. What are we missing? We also can't set up an outpost here, which kind of sucks. That means there are certain planets we just can't set up outposts on. Not that we need lead, but, you know, we might need lead at some point. For the record, just because I haven't said this out loud, the plan here is to basically do an open world quest, which is what we're doing. And then once we're done with this open world quest, we're probably never going to do any of these ever again. But we're going to do one to full fruition. We're doing our job. We're doing our due diligence. And then we're going to walk away from this and never do it again. We do not have the ability to do this properly. Yeah, there's only so many topics we can run through before we talk about Star Trek, Star Wars, and Warcraft again. Sure, let's just go here. Ah, so actually there is... Okay, I've gotten that question many times, Ross. I don't like those terms.
Zero chance that this planet once thrived with life. Amazing, isn't it?
So I don't like the terms roguelite or roguelike. Because, first of all, they're way too close to each other. Both written and spoken. So it's way too difficult to actually distinguish them. You notice I make a point of biting off the term roguelite and roguelike just to make sure that people can tell what I'm saying. Instead, I have completely thrown those terms out the window and replaced them with my own. Those would be rogue reset and rogue progression. Okay? That is, ironically, the difference between the two. A rogue reset is a game when all the variables are randomized, and when you start a new run, you start a new run. Nothing carries forwards. Note that if you unlock things for a new run, that can be a reset or a progression depending on the unlock. So there's a little bit of wiggle room there. A rogue progression is the opposite. Every run you gain 13 gold coins, which you can use to give yourself permanent upgrades, and those permanent upgrades carry forward with you regardless of which run you're doing. Rogue progressions are actually much rarer than rogue resets. Most games are rogue resets to some extent or another. Yeah, Rogue Legacy is a progression type. 20XDX and 30XDX are progression types. By contrast, something like FTL, or of course, I can't think of any others off the top of my head. Streets of Rogue, Hades, are closer to... listen, gentlemen, are closer to Rogue resets. But again, there is a bit of a gradient there, too, because sometimes you do unlock some things which can change future runs. So it's not quite progression in the sense of unlocking permanent upgrades, as in unlocking additional methods of play, which, again, is kind of a gray area. Let's mine some water. We haven't mined water lately. I need to actually fix my hotkeys. It just occurred to me. So I want you... let me put you there. There we go. And let's put you... let's put you there. Oh yeah, let's mine that water. Wait, that's it? That's what I needed to do, was mine some water? Note there's an unexplored place ahead of me, but we have apparently 100% surveyed the planet now. Oh yeah, by the way, Mr. Red, I may end up paying you to do a highlight reel of this game. If you're interested. If you're not, I understand. I have assumed you've been walking away from that completely. So yeah, it's 100 points, exactly. Because you'll notice, exploring places was giving me points for discovering it. For surveying. Okay. Hey, Sarah, personal space. Thank you, thank you. I just... No, it's all good, Mr. Red. It is all good. Okay, well, It's our next quest. Oh yeah, negative for survey quests while we're on the subject. No, that's not fair. Negative for traversal. I even have a term for this negative. It's called walk, walk, walk. Okay, so, kidding me with this? You know my favorite thing about doing the unexplored route thing? The only thing you have to do to push past the unexplored route is to go through each step of the route manually.
Oh, there's one. Where's my textbook? Unknown ship. Do you copy?
No. So yeah, all we have to do is like just do this, and then there we are.
Vanguard vessel. Please respond to my hail.
You got it.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Yep, that's cool. Emergency, emergency. Evacuate immediately. Let's go. I mean, yeah, I thought that earlier, Jonathan. Did you notice? I don't know if you caught this.
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
Thanks, Sarah. Did you notice that I kept, like, we were here on the planet, so I popped out to the thing, went to the other side of the planet, popped down, and we were, like, a few kilometers that way on the planet map. Like, you caught that, right?
Setting down, everything in the green.
Let's go mass murder some people. Steal their stuff.
This here is our fun, so you can get the hell out or we'll kill you. The lair of the men.
This place ain't for the likes of you.
Thanks for the warning.
Never liked him anyway.
Oh, well, did you like yourself? Apparently you didn't. Huh. Oh no. Slightly over encumbered. Like just slightly. I'll be back. Yeah, where's my space horse? I swear to God, if I buy a space horse and it does not have armor, I'm gonna be pissed. can't fast travel while you're over encumbered.
That was fun. Now what?
I love coffee. It's my second favorite thing in the galaxy. Next to reading about you.
Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. Nope. My ship has 200 max storage. That's almost as much as I can store. Please think about that for 5 seconds. Okay. No. I'm not even hoarding. That's the funny part. So we're just gonna teleport, because we can do this. You know, I double-checked my figures on that Nemesis.
When you have a moment.
Oh yeah, I need more loot, please.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. Okay.
Cool. Have I been to space yet? Yeah, in the tutorial. Probably, yeah. I don't think, like, this is fine enough, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I do actually prefer playing BRPGs in first person. Just personal preference. I know several people who are the other way. I also know some people who cannot play these games without a mod to center the goddamn camera. Because you notice, we're not at the center of the screen. We're over to the left. I know several people, including at least one person personally, who are not a big fan of the shoulder cam approach. Now, fortunately, there usually are mods to fix that, but still. I'll take this, thanks. 1 second. Let's see. Don't grab that. That's going to be mandatory. Shoulder cam was in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I'm not sure elsewise. Sorry, I'm testing something. Give me a second, please. Yep, that counts. All right, if you'll forgive me, I'm gonna max out this perk really quick. By the way, this is max zoom out. There we go. That's what I wanted. So now, I have to spend a point after doing the perk? Okay. So, rage is... The easiest way to explain it is rage is undirected and fury is directed. Right, Dante Bronson? So, you know, if you're enraged, you are feeling rage in general. There's no real target. If you're feeling fury, it's at this plant! Screw you, plant! So I haven't talked about the gunplay yet.
It's just as we left it. You know, I've often wondered who keeps the lodge so meticulously clean.
Good question.
I hope you.
But yeah, so use to pay and pay to level. That's... Well, hatred's another interesting one, because hatred is completely undirected. There's no such thing as hating a person or a thing or a place. Hate is hate. It's the highest tier item for a reason. Now that is true hate, I should clarify. That's like the highest tier of hate, but still. So, hold on. We need to unpack this.
Your father dropped by. He left a note for you. Here.
Thanks for the... I think I'd just like to see you, Dad. Dad, I'm busy. I'm just... Hang on. So... A game that gives you a resource that you can then spend on whatever you want to is generally a good thing. Even if you are limited in what you could spend that on, if there's a direction or a guidance or a finite path to spend things on, that still tends to be a better thing than just making them automatically get the thing when they level up. Because if nothing else, it adds a little bit of additional player interaction. Now, this is not necessarily a good thing, FF13, but the general thought process is that they want the player to have a degree of control. They want to have the player to choose to spend the point on the thing that they want to raise. And there's a gradient here between total fluidity and, total rigidity. But in this case, we do have a bit of fluidity. You have the different abilities and the different trees we can spend points on, so you can kind of decide your build. That's good. Then, those abilities you spend points on can then be raised by not just using them, which is your typical BRPG thing, but actually by doing a specific challenge for that, which is also good. It encourages the player to push outside of the bounds of what they would otherwise do, and gives them another objective to accomplish while they're doing the normal play loop. It allows them to branch out, in other words. It adds variety and mutators to the typical gameplay loop in order to allow the player to have more fun as they're playing the game. Those are both good things. Then requiring you to spend those hard-earned, difficult-to-come-by, and rare skill points on the thing you just ran around, did something in. Huh? That's weird. That's extremely weird that there's just a wall there after two good gameplay decision moments to force you to then continue spending points on a specific thing. It also completely changes how you're going to do your build setup, because at that point, it doesn't become hitting the right button. At that point, it doesn't become, okay, what of these abilities do I want to be looking at and maxing? It becomes, okay, so I want the 50% increased success chance, so I'm going to be focus firing everything down this tree as hard as I can to try and push points into this so I can get that. But over here, like, I've got research methods and I only want rank 3 for whatever reason. So I only want to go down to rank 3, and it completely pulls you out of that, especially, this is actually even more important, because of the fact that it's adding another layer that doesn't need to be there, in addition to another bit of irritation that doesn't need to be there. If that, I'm sorry for hammering this point in, but if that specific barrier wasn't there, this build system would be a multi-positive territory situation. I don't know why I said that so weird. This would be multiple positives. It's probably still going to be at least one positive. Yeah, you also cannot complete challenges retroactively. It is not keeping track until you have the quest. And until you have the quest, it doesn't count. We've actually already proven that as of this point in time. I can prove that very, very simply. By looking at something over here. Make 5 grav jumps. We've done like 10 already. But we have 0 progress. That sucks. Now, it might not suck as much if you get an absolute crap ton of ability points. But I almost guarantee you don't. In fact, what's the level cap? Because... Hang on. We would need a level of 328 in order to gain everything. 328 skill points exist to be spent here. Now, hold on for a second. I know what you're going to say, and I've already thought about this. I'm in favor of not letting you get everything. That's cool. That's fine. In fact, I actually prefer it in a game when you can't get everything, when you have to pick and choose. I also prefer being able to respec for reasons I don't even need to go into. So having to choose or pick just a few things, that's fine, that's cool, sure. But you say level 30, right? Just this thing right here requires 8 points in. So let's say we really, really want that. So just getting to that is going to require us to be level 13 in order to max out EM systems, and that's if they're beelining for it and doing nothing else whatsoever. Which I'm pointing out is higher level than we are right now, total. And that's to get 1 ability's 4th level slot. Did I mention there's ability requirements? Did I mention that you have to spend points up here to get down here, to get down here, to get down here? Did I point that out already? Because that's another problem that's in this freaking game. Yeah, I was going to focus on Outpost. I'm not sure I'm going to now. Of course, Javin. But I'm absolutely going to give this at least 1 negative. Oh no! It's you!
Do you know where the markers I got from Love
Yes, I'm not sure where they are. Did you already check up on the island by the kitchen?
The what?
The island. It's where all the stacks are. But also, we usually put your markers and stuff up there.
At where?
On the island.
On a what?
Do you know what the island is?
No.
Okay, thank you for admitting it. I like your Minecraft sticker. I'll go show you what the island is. I'll be right back. You ready? Because you're coming with me! Mwah! Mwah! Oh no, we're gonna crash!
It's broken!
We're gonna crash! Okay, we're fixed. We're fixed. We made it. Sorry about that. I had to find the markers on the island. So if the challenges are fun, which I'm kind of with, and you could respec without having to redo challenges. I like it. I think that would work a lot better. Of course, there is no respec. I mean, honestly, I was actually thinking about this. 30 is a made-up number. But let's say we get 30 points to play with. Now, that's not a lot. But imagine you can also just hit a button, like right here, in this menu, that respecs you. Boom. Just resets every skill point. Cool. So, if that was a thing you could do, this and the challenge system I just mentioned would get a lot better. It's like, okay, let's go into piling. And then we'll play that up around for that with a bit. Okay. Oh, shoot. I need to raise my such and such challenge. Let's go ahead and put my points into here so I can start doing this challenge. But there is no respec system that I'm aware of. And I'm even guessing about those 30 points. So... that's a damn shame. If you'll remember, of course, you probably didn't even see it, Jobin. When they first showed off this system, during the one coverage of this game that I actually covered on my show, I liked this. I was in favor of the overall system. I'm still probably going to give it a positive, but only one. That sucks. Moving on. I don't remember where my room is. Oh god, where's my room? Is anything labeled at all? Nope. Ha! Here it is. Okay. There's my infinite storage. There it is. So, I don't know if I'd say that was a theory, Dante Bronson, so much as a that would be cool if. So, that would be cool. I don't think it's true. Why can't I access my ship's inventory from my home base's bank? Think about that for a second. Really think about that for a second. Sorry, I'm muted. I think so, Melkor, yeah. I would say Grounded and Subnautica probably fight it out for my favorite. Where's like the local map that exists? I was trying to get to the dock. The game's like, no. There's no local map. Alright, let's try here. Starfield's music has been legit. I have many complaints about this game. Music are not one of them. Music are not one of them is not English.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
While we're on the subject. But it is still a true statement. English aside.
Hey, kind of breaking my concentration here.
Now, hopefully, nobody will attack my bed soon.
Got anything you need to offload?
Whatever you do, don't attack my bed. No, not my bed! What is it?
It's a picture for you. It looks like a book.
Oh,
You like it?
I do. There's a bunch of hearts on it.
Yeah.
What's this?
It's just a bottle making hearts.
I see. And it says Yona. What's this say?
It says Happy Valentine's Day.
You're too sweet, baby bear. Happy Valentine's Day. I don't have anything for you. Oh, wait, yes, I do. Do you know if you like Pocky?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Don't tell Baba that I'm giving you Pocky. There's no video evidence of me giving my niece Pocky before dinner.
Okay.
Here, smell. 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 You like it? Here, try. It's good? Excellent. Now, I will give you the rest of the Pocky if you help me conquer the world.
Don't conquer the world.
Why not?
Because all the people will die.
I'm not gonna kill people. Look, I don't want to conquer a dead planet, okay? I want to conquer a living planet.
People will die like that.
Okay. You heard her. We can't conquer the world because everyone will die. Earlier in the week, she said we can't conquer the world because then people will be sad because people don't like being conquered. Here, I'm going to give you another one. And you got to go upstairs, okay? I need to finish week.
I think maybe these are sticks.
You like the pretzel part? Me too. Okay, go upstairs. I'll see you in a bit, okay?
Well, I'll make you a picture.
Oh, you've already made me so many. Where's my picture? There it is. There's my picture. That's right. Of course, we're not going to conquer anybody. We're going to liberate people, right? I would never conquer anybody. Oh my god, there's a lot of ammo types. Looks like those use the same. Well, those are 3 volts. That's true. All we have to do is set things up. They'll invite us right in. The difference between a frying pan and a skillet is a cooking utensil and a frying pan is a weapon. Yeah, but I need skill points to even start doing that. Yes, we just need to make sure people do their part. Are you ready to do your part? I need to play Helldivers too. We're still playing WoW, so. That's a good question, Mike Romano. Probably not, though. Based on what I've seen so far. Ask your local representative to learn more. I need to poke a grenade soon, too. Don't let me forget. Wow, that Chardonnay is actually really, like, heavy. For some reason. So is the tofu, Jesus. Hey, how much does beryllium sell for? Oh, I don't have any on me. No, whatever.
Trade authorities always buy. Kiosk right here for you.
Gotta be honest, I'm a little surprised every time this ship makes it back in one piece.
Yeah, thanks. Where's the space dude? Lets me, like... Yeah, there you are.
Anything I can help you with?
Yeah,
Sure, have at it.
Treasure ship you can modify or upgrade it. Yeah, yeah. This thing, our initial ship, has much better cargo capacity. For that reason alone, I think we're probably going to switch back to it. So let's do that. If what they're doing with the hard drive and what they're not doing with the memory is accurate, Zeiss, then yeah, it would be an absolute pain to mod this game.
You are the greatest.
Like, that's just awful. Okay, so, hang on. There we go. It is so heavy on me. Is it literally just my freaking weapons? Because I'm keeping one of each weapon type, which is actually a normal thing that I do. But maybe I need to not do that, because this is kind of heavy. So let's unload some of these things. I need to at least... I need to do a test. So let's do a test next time we're out and about. The ship flying
Then the greatest.
is not
I know that's grammatically impossible.
good.
Somehow you managed.
It's hard to explain without just showing you. What do you picture in your head? I want to go to another planet, Dante Bronson. So what process do you picture in your head for doing that? Here's our map. Here's our star map. We want to go to another planet. So what's coming into your head, Dante Bronson? Yeah, No Man's Sky is my first thought, too. Here's what actually happens. To be very clear about what just happened, we are now on Denebula IB, which is here in the Denebula system, which is over here. Where we were a second ago was over here on Alpha Centauri. That's the route we just did. Just like that. Whoa, that hurt. Just like that. Now, near as I can tell, you can manually make the hops, but there's not a lot of reason to. The moment you have explored a place, you have the ability to fast travel there and just boop, you're done. Now, you're probably wondering, well, okay, what about the space combat? Now, here's the really strange part. Check this out. This is bizarre, okay? Give me a second to really exposit on how insane this is. I hit the wrong button. Whatever. I'm gonna accept that.
When you have a moment.
You're looking splendid today, Captain.
How are you so strong? No! No, not my bed, not my bed! Did she take my bed?
I'm doing an oral history of Constellation's
Alright. So hang on.
decorated members.
Let me...
It's just me repeating your name into a data slate for 5 hours.
Goodbye.
Let's put this part into space.
Now here's the really strange thing, and we do need to decide this from a review perspective. Because this is kind of a weird situation.
From up here, doesn't it?
So there is space flight. It's meaningless and pointless, and we can just zoom around doing whatever, but it does exist. There's an energy mechanic you see in the lower left there, which is actually really freaking cool. And I tend to enjoy these kind of energy mechanics. And taking care of your own energy and managing it on the fly in the middle of combat is really, really cool. But there's nothing to do up here. This is something I've talked about many, many times. If you have a game that has really, really good combat, okay? Easy to think about, right? I'm sure you can think about one right off the top of your head. So think about a game that has really, really solid combat. But if that combat doesn't have, that game, excuse me, doesn't have good encounter design, doesn't have good boss design, doesn't have good power progression, doesn't have good kit, maybe there's no variety to it. Maybe it's a nice empty field of vacuousness, right? If the other pieces of the puzzle are not supporting the combat, it doesn't really matter how good the combat is, because it's just not fun, right? It's like, oh, this is cool, and then you're pretty much immediately done with it, right? This is a legitimately decent system. So let's talk about this for a second. I already mentioned the energy thing. Energy determines how quickly things regenerate, and your speed and your shields and all. You see the shields in the lower right. You see your speed in the middle left. We've got the boost, if we need to really get out of somewhere really quickly. The gravity, of course, is what pulls back our grav jet. So that's cool. We've got lasers, ballistic, and missiles. Now, there's no ammunition here, but actually that kind of works for me. I've been thinking about this. Because watch our laser power. It slowly drains until it's empty, and then it refills based on how much energy we have put into it. We pull out of that. Refills much slower. So we can, do like a ballistics laser thing where we do this until we run dry, and then we can switch over to ballistics while the lasers are refilling. Or we could do full in on lasers and then have some missile capacity in the middle, right? And you get the idea. So the weapon systems, the energy balance of it, the speed of the refills, the energy replacement, all of that's pretty decent. And of course, it actually controls pretty smoothly too. It's pretty intuitive. Frankly, it controls better than Star Wars Squadrons did. Remember how many problems I had with that. This game, I just into it and boom. Makes perfect sense. Done. So it controls well. and it maneuvers well and it plays well. But, like, as you've already seen, and I've been deliberately roaming around up here on purpose, there's nothing to do. Like, I was honestly expecting a random encounter to pop up while I was up here. But instead, absolutely nothing has been happening. It does. This feels like a tech demo that they could fill out with some content and make awesome. Which they, of course, have not done. Now, here's why I say this is a unique situation. What I and many other people were expecting from this game was something along the lines of No Man's Sky. Maybe not literally, but certainly something in that direction. No Man's Skyrim was something that was said many, many times in the lead up to this game's release. Another good example of this is the aforementioned game I can't think of. What's the name of that game that you like, that I also like, but not as much? The space one, the Star Fox, the not Star Fox one. I can never think of the name of the damn thing. Starlink. Starlink's another example of the kind of direction I was thinking with this. But it's neither of those things. The space component, which was the thing that I was most excited about, and the shipbuilding, which I'm not even going to get into right now, are so vacuous and so absent that they might as well not actually be there. But the problem kind of comes down to whether or not we judge a game for doing something we didn't expect it to, which we kind of have precedence on. We tend to not review a game for what we wanted it to be, but rather for what it is. Mass Effect 2 is actually a good example of precedence on that front. So what I'm looking at, if we ignore preconceptions, we ignore desires, we ignore the wasted everything, what this feels like is one positive to gameplay for a cool system for ship combat, and that's it. Just, it's neat. Moving on. And that kind of feels like it to me. See, I feel like that's more of an absence of a positive situation, Javan. Depends on how vacuous it gets. But as of right now, I'm leaning towards just not giving any positives, where there should be positives, right? Like, because think about this. Think about the encounters that should be happening here. Not combat, necessarily. Encounters. Think about, there's a ship hull, you know, that we can go and investigate. Think about, oh, there's this weird anomaly. Think about, there's an alien ship that's attacking us, but it's actually an illusion. Oh my god, that's very strange. You know, stuff like that, right? Maybe there's a space station. Maybe there's like a freaking trench you can fly down to get something. Something. Now, Zeiss is correct. I did skip talking to the religious zealots and to the guy. That's absolutely true. But yeah, exactly. I kind of want Star Trek. Oh no, I'm not going to make it to this planet. If this was No Man's Sky, I could make it to this planet, but not in this game. And yeah, no, I'm aware, Miranda. I'm aware. Yeah, that's a JPEG. It's a fancy JPEG. It's actually not that fancy of a JPEG, but it's a JPEG. So. What the hell was that? So anyway, so let's get back to this. And you've noticed I've just stopped engaging with the ship entirely because I've already processed the fact that the ship is vestigial.
Now this planet, this is more my speed. Oh, I could hike here for a while.
So, we've just been fast traveling all over the place because, of course, I have been. Neverwinter Nights just got an update? Neverwinter Nights just got an update. Gameplay UI improved. Toggle object highlight is going to be a new feature. Performance improvements. Scripting function improvements. Scriptal UI function. Yeah, that's a good question. When did Nevernights come out? Over 100 bug fixes. Wow. Including the area, the object spawning bug. What's up, baby? Careful, careful. It's dinner time already? Okay. Wait, there's a firefight? Oh my god, there is a firefight going on over there. I better rush over there immediately.
Yeah, and shoot those bad guys.
That's right, it's time to shoot the bad guys.
But there is not bad guys there.
Oh, don't worry, we're not actually going to shoot them. We're just going to help them get some sleep. They're really tired. What the hell is that?
Anything interesting in range?
Oh, that was just an eating bug. They're trying to shoot us.
There's also a level 30 down there.
In a city over there. Thirsty. Drink.
Drinks are good. We should go get a drink. But anyways, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, soft start time.
Yeah, and shoot the bad guys.
We'll shoot the bad guys. Here, come here. Can you say good night, stream?
Good night, stream.